Well, if you stepped outside late this afternoon, this is what you saw. Dark, ominous storm clouds moving in from the west, bringing severe weather to many parts of the valley.
Yes, it all started with some heavy rain. Drivers there on the I-17 battling just to see the road there. Look how strong that rain is coming down. The windshield wipers there couldn't even keep up. All that water even led to some flooding in some areas of the I-10 and even also the 202 as well.
But the big story of the day was when that rain turned to hail, and there was a lot of it. This video on the I-10 near 107th Avenue shows how quickly that hail piled up, wreaking havoc on valley freeways. Thanks for joining us tonight for 12 News at 10. I'm Mark Curtis.
And I'm Cuddy Devine. 12 News crews have been all over the valley this evening tracking this major storm. Meteorologist Lindsay Riley has been following the very latest on our weather impact forecast. And 12 News journalist Maria Stobbs is following the hail that fell out in the West Phoenix area.
But we want to start with 12 News journalist Chase Golightly. He begins our coverage at Desert Sky Mall, which is closed right now after a partial roof collapse there. Chase?
Mark Reba, that's right. And right now, the city of Phoenix has its structural engineers to check the stability of the mall. Now, that collapse happened on the south side. As we zoom in, it was in this section right here, specifically in the dentist office that's inside the mall. I was able to speak with a worker who said that she and all the patients were barely able to make it out before it happened. This is what the dentist's office inside Desert Sky Mall looks like now.
Our office is completely collapsed.
Part of the ceiling gone, debris and water all over the floor. Office manager Bianca Esquer telling us their office was packed with about 40 workers and patients.
We had a patient in every chair,
including her own kids.
Because we were doing their checkups and cleanings today.
At around 5 Wednesday evening, Esquer says they could hear the hail coming down hard.
Then all of a sudden we started hearing pops.
At first, she thought it was the TV, but when she looked up,
we saw the cracks in the ceiling. So at that point, we immediately started evacuating everyone from the office.
Once they were all out safe, it happened.
I want to say maybe about a minute, 2 minutes max. You know, as I'm like putting down the gate and trying to lock the door, we're like seeing the ceiling collapse.
You guys barely made it out.
It was extremely scary.
The office now destroyed.
There is extensive water damage to that business and throughout the mall.
Captain Todd Keller with the Phoenix Fire Department says the collapse severed a water line, causing flooding everywhere.
Yeah, due to safety reasons, its fire suppression system has been disabled. At that point, we can't allow anybody back in the mall.
Workers seen trying to sweep away what seemed like an endless amount of water. Desert Sky Mall will remain closed until further notice. Now, I did speak with another worker who says that she was in another section of the mall. She was told by her boss to give them a call tomorrow morning to see if they can come back to the mall for work. Again, still very active situation, seeing the stability of this mall. But really the big silver lining here, Mark and Crebe, is the fact that no one was injured, because when you really think about it, if those patients and those workers inside that dentist's office had waited maybe another minute, this could have turned into a really bad situation. We're live in West Phoenix. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
Yeah, that's true, Chase. The quick thinking on that staff's part and getting everybody out safely as soon as they started hearing those noises up there on the ceiling. All right, Chase, thank you so much. Well, while the mall sustained some damage, as you saw there, large parts of the West Phoenix area were covered in that right there. It's not snow, that is hail.
Yeah, hard to believe this is Phoenix, even though it is November. This video was from just a couple of blocks away from the mall. You can see all of that hail, and it's sort of floating on top of the water there.
Yeah, that looks like something we've never seen here in the Phoenix area. 12 News journalist Maria Stobbs is live out in West Phoenix. And Maria, you talked to neighbors who have lived here for decades. What did they tell you?
That's right. I spoke with a neighbor who's lived in Arizona for 50 years, and he said he's never seen the type of weather that tonight's storm brought. It's peak rush hour, and this is what the roads looked like.
I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that.
Jerry Brown was on his way home when he saw the storm coming.
From the low clouds to the amount of rain that was coming down to the hail that was mixed in with it, I have never seen anything that torrential. Even going 10 miles an hour, I had to pull over because I couldn't see the front of the car.
By the time he made it home, his street was flooded.
We have grades that take the water in, and the water was coming down faster than the grades could take it in. And I said, I better take some pictures of this. No one's going to believe it.
And he's not the only one who thought that. Viewers all across the valley sending us these videos of hail in Ahwatukee, at a high school in Glendale. Here's a video in Tempe of the roads covered in hail near the US 60 and Rural Road. And if you didn't know any better, you might even think it was snow.
And I saw some people in the parking lot throwing hail balls at each other. So I guess you can, they're having a little bit of fun out of it. But for about half hour, 45 minutes, it wasn't fun.
And with more rain expected, Jerry says it's a storm he won't forget.
I don't know if I've seen clouds that low in the West Valley. And like I said, I've lived here since 1973, and it was a pretty interesting about half hour there.
Now, we were here just a few hours ago, and the hail has melted quite a bit since then, but you can still see how much hail and flooding the storm did bring tonight in this area in West Phoenix. We're live at 67th Avenue in Thomas. Maria Stobbs, 12 News.
All right, some wacky weather out there for sure today. Maria, thank you. Well, we want to get now to our weather impact forecast with meteorologist Lindsay Riley.
Lindsay, I'm amazed that hail is still sticking around because while it's not warm outside tonight, it's
I'm
it's just
surprised
amazing.
too.
Yeah.
A few hours. I mean, that just proves how deep it was. We saw several photos and videos where it was several inches deep, and we saw a lot of areas of hail, even along the 202 today. So not just confined to the West Valley. Here's a look at the big picture, and we have another round of showers lifting up from the south. This is going to clip parts of the far East Valley, Apache Junction, Gold Canyon, Superstition is going to get in on some additional rain. And this isn't the only rain chance overnight. We could see additional showers and a wet morning drive tomorrow for the AM commute. You can begin to see a little bit more developing, and that's all lifting to the north. So again, not out of the woods for the lower deserts and the valley, as we could see some additional showers, but no real big severe weather threat for the overnight. Now, the high country has seen snow, and then that snow level has dropped down to about 6,500 feet, where about 1 to 3 inches is possible in Flagstaff down through the Payson area. We've gotten some reports of some black ice because those temperatures really dropped very quickly. You can also still see quite a bit of lightning from Tucson up through parts of Pinal and into Gila County, and then southeast of Graham County. A little bit of lightning this evening. Here's the valley rain chances overnight. Our chances begin to rise again around midnight, reaching 80% at 2 a.m. And you can see it's going to be a wet morning drive tomorrow, but then after mid-morning, things are going to dry out. The afternoon hours in the valley will be dry, but temperatures much cooler. Mark?